Welcome back, everybody. Today we're here to talk about the Walking Dead Season 10 finale and some news we have about Maggie's return and a bit of an explanation of what's going on with Maggie from Scott and Gimple and where she's been and all that kind of stuff and what we can expect from her, as well as some news from Norman Reedus talking about a real big moment that's going to be happening in the finale with his character Daryl. So we're going to be talking about all that in this video today. Obviously, spoiler warning in case you aren't caught up with The Walking Dead, but with all that being said, let's get into it. So this is what Gimple had to say. She will return somewhat a new character, which is cool, and all those things that affected and changed her are a story what we want to mine. Gimple told comic books Brandon Davis over Comic-Con weekend, and the dynamics that she left the story in are not the dynamics that she's coming back to, and for her especially. It's like she took a year off of high school and she's coming back and everybody has changed. Alright, so that's really interesting. They're returning as a new character. I remember when he first said this, I remember like it was just like a day or two ago, I was reading a bunch of articles, or I was seeing a bunch of articles saying that Lauren Cohan is returning as a new character, and it's like she's not returning as a new character. Obviously that would be really silly, but she's returning somewhat of a new character, meaning that she's gonna be different. And yeah, this is interesting when you said like she's coming back and everyone has changed, because things are way different now. You know, they have pretty much dealt with the biggest group of villains so far. Like the Whisperers have probably, in my opinion, I think have done more damage than all the other communities. I mean, definitely more than Woodbury. And I would even make an argument about Negan. I know Negan was in the show for 2 years and he has done some major stuff to the characters, but the Whisperers, in my opinion, have, I mean, the Pikes and all that kind of stuff. Not only that, I mean, they're giving people nightmares of how scary they are. You know, people are just scared to go outside and walk around because of the Whisper masks and stuff like that. They weren't really scared of the Saviors because the Saviors weren't killing them. The Saviors were just making them work. But with the Whisperers, like, they're genuinely terrified. And yeah, she's going to come back and everyone's going to be different. Now, the part how she's going to be different is interesting, because I'm interested to see what he means by that. Like, is she going to be, like, because, yeah, she's been gone for a while. Is she, like, what has she been doing in this community? Which I think is the Commonwealth. I'm still thinking that she's been at the Commonwealth. I mean, I just feel like she's coming back at the end of season 10 when the Whisper War is done, and then next season will be the Commonwealth. Just that timing, I just feel like that's where she's been. And I still think that Georgie's related to the Commonwealth and all that kind of stuff. We don't know exactly how long she's been there because she was gone in the middle of the time jump. It could be years. It could be 1 year because of what Gimple said here. She took like he was using the analogy of taking a year off of high school. So I don't know exactly how long she's been gone, but I'll definitely say more than a year. You know, I'd probably say a couple of years. So, you know, she might be a totally different person because maybe she built an entire life at the Commonwealth, you know? And maybe she became a leader there and they run things differently. And, you know, because the Commonwealth, I would say the Commonwealth is actually more of like a civilization rather than a community because they are huge. They have like tens and tens and tens of thousands of people. They're like a civilization over there. They're not a community. So, you know, she might have just like, she might be different in terms of leadership because it's, you know, it's going to be different to lead, you know, that many people opposed to just a hilltop. So we'll see. I mean, I don't even know if she was a leader at the Commonwealth. I'm just saying, but let me know in the comments down below, what do you think he means by being different? Do you think maybe her ideas changed of Negan? Maybe she's different in that way, like she isn't mad at Negan anymore, or maybe vice versa. Maybe she's like even worse now, and like maybe she's harsher and would get really angry at Negan or something. Let me know, what do you think he means by somewhat of a different person? Going on, Gimple said, all the things have scrambled, and there's Negan in a very different role, Gimple said. And it's a reintroduction. She can't just pick up where she left off, and she's carrying a story with her that, yeah, will expand things. So there you go. I mean, the main reason she came back is because they were sending her letters. So that's a good point there, that she can't just pick up where she left off, and she's carrying her own story because, again, she's been gone for who knows how long. Definitely like at least maybe a year or 2, 3 years. But it wasn't just. It's not like a couple of weeks or months. It's been like in the years. So she probably has her own thing she's dealing with at the Commonwealth, and that's what I mean. Maybe she built like an entire life there. Who knows? And then they were sending her letters about. Maybe they were sending her letters. Not maybe they were sending her letters. They were sending her letters about the Whisperers, and maybe she had to stop doing whatever she was working on there and had to come and help her friends. So we'll see that. Something I would be interested in seeing if like maybe she's more. I have a feeling that maybe she's more like harsh. Imagine that. Like she's not like really friendly with anybody. Like that would be interesting. Well, I don't know if I would say that because she is coming to help them. But I don't know. This is going to be really interesting to see how she's different. Let me know in the comments down below. What do you think about this? He also talks about Negan being in a very different role. It's gonna be funny if somehow they switch, like if Negan is like the friendly one and Maggie is like very harsh and rude to everybody. I don't know if that would happen, but those two, that's gonna be an interesting dynamic. I know a lot of people are waiting to see what's gonna happen between Negan and Maggie. So let me know in the comments down below, how do you think Maggie's gonna be like in season 10 finale, or probably it's gonna mainly be season 11, but she'll be back in the season 10 finale. Yeah, that's gonna be really, I can't wait to see that. If she's gonna be, I have a feeling that she's gonna be just more straightforward and more harsh and just like a different leader, because it takes a different type of person, I think, to maybe lead the Commonwealth, which is like tens and tens of thousands of people, opposed to leading the Hilltop. So we'll see. And that is if she is a leader at the Commonwealth. I'm just assuming that, but I think she's gonna be the one to bring everybody to the Commonwealth and introduce them. You know, I'm still thinking that that's what Georgie is. There's no word about if we're gonna see Georgie in the season 10 finale, but I have a feeling that Maggie is gonna be the one to, you know, connect that bridge between the Alexandrian Hilltopper Kingdomers and then the Commonwealth. But again, let me know in the comments down below, what do you think is going on with Maggie. But moving on to Daryl, we're gonna go ahead and talk about what Norman Reedus said about Daryl, and what's going on in the finale with him. So apparently there's gonna be some really cool stuff for Daryl. Like I think specifically like one very cool moment. So he said this: there is something in the finale that's very Bazooka-like when that airs. Read this tease of the incoming season finale, where Daryl will put out an old trick to combat Beta and his Walker horde. So that was a fun moment. So the old trick obviously is referring, I think, to when they're covering themselves with Walker guts. Like we saw Daryl doing that specifically. We saw some people putting on masks, but he's the one who was putting stuff, you know, Walker guts on him and sort of navigating his way through the horde of walkers. But the very bazooka-like, he said. And it says it's a old trick to combat Beta. So am I right to assume that Daryl and Beta will fight there? I think he will. I think Daryl and Beta are gonna end up fighting, like a part 2 because of that fight they had. I mean, Daryl won that first fight. He pushed Beta down the elevator shaft. I mean, Beta's a big dude, so you know he survived that. But Daryl basically did win that fight. I mean, Beta did give him some good works, but Daryl was pretty good too. So I think it'll be pretty cool to see them fight again. But what do you guys think his bazooka-like moment is? Is he talking about like bazooka-like? So like when you say bazooka-like, I'm thinking explosions. Like is Daryl gonna, because there's a lot of walkers there, an explosion could work. You know, maybe Daryl sets a trap and there's literally like an explosion of walkers and that's what kills Beta. But bazooka-like could also just mean like, you know, it's just sort of like it's saying like it's gonna be huge. That's what I think he might be saying. I don't know if there's literally gonna be an explosion. But I think that huge moment for me, what comes up is gonna be like a big fight between Daryl and Beta. Norman Reedus also did say that Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who plays Negan, was also, you know, in that big moment. Like he was close to him, you know, around that when he was filming that. So it's pretty much telling us that he, I think, will be there for that moment. So that kind of makes me think that maybe it's gonna be a Daryl and Negan team up versus Beta, which I think would be awesome. And you know, we've already seen Daryl and Beta fight, so I don't know if Norman Reedus would be referring to that as a big moment. I mean, it is a big moment for Daryl to fight Beta again, But I'm sort of thinking that because of that comment of how Negan was close to him around that time, I'm sort of thinking it's gonna be a team up. And what I think would be even cooler is if Negan saves Daryl, like if he helps Daryl while he's fighting Beta. And then maybe hearing like a thank you from Daryl to Negan, that would be awesome. I mean, they're already sort of okay with each other because Negan did help out Daryl earlier when the Whispers, had him. They had the guns on Daryl, and then Negan saved him, sort of. Like, I mean, he just killed the Whisperers. He did save him, essentially. So, they're already okay. But I think it would be, like, just super cool to see that on screen, like a literal fight between Daryl and Beta, and then Negan coming in and helping out. So, let me know what you guys think about that. Do you think that is what it is, or do you think it's going to be totally different? I know I've seen some people say they think maybe Daryl's going to die. That would be insane, but maybe it's that. I mean, that would be maybe he's just teasing his own death. Who knows? No. I mean, I don't think it's going to happen, but we never know because apparently a big death is going to be happening this episode. But again, let me know all your thoughts and opinions. What do you think this big moment is? I wanted to cover both these interviews because both of them sort of are very mysterious, like Maggie's new character, like Maggie being different, and the big moment with Daryl. So let me know what you think about both of them. I am going to wrap it up there for this video, so hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, be sure to leave a like rating. And for more Walking Dead videos, be sure to subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching, everybody. Please stay safe, and I'll see you guys soon.